Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
We and Brenda are like,
this is my song for real. I can't get no sleep. Too much work. Hey, man.
I'm thinking of you.
Okay, good morning, everybody. How are you?
good morning.
Happy Wednesday.
Yes,
Beautiful Wednesday.
absolutely.
So
Nice
we-
outside, for sure.
Yeah, very nice.
It
You
is.
know,
It's beautiful.
It's amazing how I'm feeling with this. I'm telling you. And Brenda's my witness that she knows that I don't go to sleep till 1:30 or 2 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
She's like, go to bed. I'm like, well, I got something to do. And
I was working on some stuff yesterday and she's messaging me at like 1 a.m. I was still awake, but I said, go to bed.
good morning, Katie.
Either that,
Good morning, Katie.
It's either that or you're like calling me to go on a live with you.
At midnight.
11 or 12
Exactly.
o'clock at night.
Okay, I get all
I
the.
want
I
to party
get all those
alone.
too,
That's
don't
right.
worry.
I want you guys to be part of my party.
Hey, next time, let me know ahead of time. I'm always there, for sure.
I know.
Funny.
Well, I invited you guys this morning because if you guys are aware, Facebook now has these groups. So I was testing out these groups
Mm-hmm.
and I invited you guys this morning. So thanks for ignoring the invite. Thank you guys.
I did. I know I saw it, but I thought, I was like, okay, cool.
I thought it
I
was for
didn't know
this.
like we were supposed to actually click on it and be like, all right.
Yeah, I thought it was for
No.
this.
No, so the next time you get an invite, click on it.
All right.
So what it is it actually is a room
Mm-hmm.
that is it's kind of a private room. So you're able to what do you call it? Hold on, I forgot to do this. I'm getting too excited this morning. So it's a private room that that lets you kind of mastermind and stuff. So that's kind of what it's about. So I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but that's exactly what it is it just shows you how to mastermind, which is pretty cool. So
Okay.
just private rooms. Like let's just say, for instance, you want to all your family's on Facebook or something or friends or whatever, and you just kind of want to have like, it's kind of FaceTime-ish, I guess you could say, but you're all in a group kind of via Zoom-ish type of thing.
Uh-huh.
So everybody goes in, but it's on Facebook because not everybody has Zoom or nobody wants to pay for Zoom and they're free. So it's just, that's basically what it is. So I thought it was pretty neat. So those Facebook live groups are pretty cool. So you're not live on your page. You're live with whoever you
With the
select
people.
live
Mhm.
yeah, to be in your group. So it's pretty cool. So
That was a good idea for families like that, because nobody wants to download another app, so it's good.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
don't want another app on my phone.
Yeah.
very true.
And you know, your moms and your grandparents know how to use Facebook. Like, there's no tomorrow. So.
I know. Well, the older generation, my kids think that Facebook is for old people.
Yeah, you gotta be on TikTok.
They're like, no, mom, get with it. You need to get on TikTok. And I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It was
right.
Instagram before, and now it's definitely TikTok.
For
Yeah.
sure. I told him, I was like, I'll try to learn it, but just like to do fun stuff with them, but not to like actually promote myself. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
feel like TikTok is like, it's younger
Yeah,
generation
exactly.
Yeah.
for sure. But it's fun. I mean, it looks fun. Dude, we'll be going in through the stores and they're dancing and doing their little dances, and they're like, what's that song, that popular one that everyone's doing a dance to? What is it?
So when I was playing earlier, yesterday or a couple days ago,
Savage.
Doja Cat?
Something ratchet.
Oh yeah.
Something. Like they'll be doing that whole dance while we're going through Target, and I'm like, the heck? Like, but it's the new norm. All these kids are on TikTok and they're doing their dances. So, and my kids like to dance, so it's right down their alley.
Yeah.
I I've seen some pretty neat ones in regards to like real estate. I've seen some neat ones. Tasteful ones. I have. They're pretty nice. I just think that I mean, obviously not very many people are on there that are, more I mean, but some kids, their parent they're doing stuff for their parents. So they might look and who knows, but you want to be taken seriously at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a very fine line, I think. A very, very fine line.
But
there is some that there is some that like that are funny, that are tasteful funny.
Oh yeah.
That people kind of are interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. But I think you got to be yourself too. It's kind of tough, because I've been told like, "Oh, Kathy, why are you doing that? I'm like, dude, like this is me. Like I am who I am. I'm not changing for everybody. But
right.
My kids think it's
That's
fun.
Cool.
Hey, good morning, Patricia.
I know. Good morning already. Jeez,
I am excited to pick up the sign, Patricia. Super, super excited. Hey, you guys, she did me a sign from my client. I hope they're not watching because they do follow me on Facebook. But I did a sign that has their name, and she made it for me, and it's customized. It has her last name, and it has established the year they were married. So I'm doing that.
Nice.
So as a so super cute. Yeah, I don't know if I could show you. Hang on. She sent me a picture of it. Wow, super cute. You guys got to use her for those signs.
Good morning, Daisy.
Good morning, Daisy. Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, Daisy. Let me see.
So let's start off this morning again talking about real estate. What's going on? I see so many people posting different things, and obviously that's our specialty. we work it very well. So kind of wanted to share some information in regards. I have a listing in Fontana that I kind of wanted to highlight today. It's in the Southridge area. We listed it on like Friday afternoon. We've had a lot of showings. Multiple offers are in. The only thing is it's funny, and this is something that has always been a pet peeve of mine. And that's why I'm very, very cautious as a listing agent, especially when you're representing your sellers. Your duty is so important. And I just, I received several offers. And of course, I want to verify information and do my due diligence on my behalf. And it's funny because, if I don't do that, we end up having problems, a week in, 2 weeks, and even 3 weeks in. So by doing that, I've already eliminated 2 offers because of, their financial standing or just, dishonesty and stuff like that. It's just crazy. It's like we all want, a chance to get a home. So please. Thank you, Amato. Thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning, Maria.
Good morning.
It looks nice.
But it's nice. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It has an addition, so it does have a 4th bedroom. Mm-hmm. And it's just under 1,200 square feet, not including that addition. It's not permitted, but it's listed at $370, which is actually very well priced for the area. The average sales price for those properties are about $385. So we are definitely priced to sell. So that's why we have so much activity. And I haven't showed it anymore since Sunday, but the requests just keep coming in and coming in and coming in. Mm-hmm. But there's tenants in there. So I'm trying to be very, very mindful of these tenants. So I'm just working with the offers that I have now. Hopefully I can make something of them. If not, then obviously we have to, find the right buyer for this property. So that's kind of what we're working on right now. But the market definitely in this area, there's very limited inventory. So not very many homes available. So that's why there is multiple offers. Offers are above, asking because of that as well. And that's why a lot of times people are saying, what's going on with, with the market. And it's actually, keeping the prices definitely, stable. And if not, same, we're not very far off than we were last year at all. So so that's kind of the good thing. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a very nice home. So, but yeah, so like I said, that's Fontana area, and pretty much everywhere is the same. You know, you see the same. For the most part, most cities are pretty standard. So, what about you, Brenda? I know you wanted to talk about your.
My city is Highland, or my market area, Highland. The zip code 92346. And then to go off my zip code, the one that we just closed on Monday for San Bernardino, not related to Highland, but we've been getting a lot of activity for the just sold on that side. And there isn't a lot of active or available inventory in that area. So that's a really good sign that we need to go hit that area for new listings. But in Highland, we have currently active 68 homes and listed, and this is just based on the current month, which is May. And any new listings that were taken was 41, and then 10 went under contract or pending, and 14 were sold so far. And that's just for this current month of May. So
good.
It's moving along really well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that it says average days on the market is 16 days, which is good. Yeah. Definitely really, really good.
And I think that's actually a little bit longer, because I mean, I watch it pretty much on a daily on this zip code. And I would say probably about 5 days before a property goes pending, if it's listed well and shows well. It goes on the market, and within 5 days it gets pending. So.
I see. Mm-hmm. That's good. No, and I know there's this new home buyers program, and you know what? We'll share the information on our page. I don't know if you have that, Jessica, or not, the one that Francisco had showed you yesterday, but there is a really great first-time buyer program that you do not have to pay back right now. And it's actually investors who are giving funds to first-time home buyers who qualify. And right now, most first-time home buyer, you have to have a 660, 680, like for CalHAFA, but this one is a 620. So it's a really great program, so we're hoping that we can have some of our clients who need the assistance, because you don't have to pay it back. Whereas the CalHAFA, we try to stay away from it if at all possible, only because you have to pay it back. With interest. It is minor, but you still got to pay it back. So that's just, this is one of the good ones. So, if any of your, clients, are interested in anything like this or want additional information, reach out to us and we'll be happy to, to give them more information. It is a true grant, no repayment whatsoever. So, and then the DTI is at 55% too, which is amazing, because again, CalHAFA is low too. So it's just a great program that's available to any first-time home buyers who might need it. So just have to negotiate closing costs, and they can come in with almost nothing. So so really nice way. Like I said, that's great that they're able to give back and try to enhance our real estate, the market and everything else. So that's definitely great when people have that heart and are willing to do something like that. Very generous. So we were talking about different things like that can happen, when as agents, in the field, we all have stories, right? Of just, I mean, I obviously I've been doing this for 23 years, so you could just imagine my book of stories. But there's one that's always sat with me, because it was kind of like a wake-up call, I guess you could say, for me. And I just kind of wanted to share it with you guys, and I want you guys to share one as well. But for me, one day because obviously we don't know where some of our business comes from. We get leads and, calls from different places, sign calls, internet calls, just different places. And I had received a call. He said he found me online and he was interested in selling his house. So I did all my research. He his name checked out as far as him being the owner and, all that great stuff. And this was many, many moons ago. And anyhow, I got to my appointment early. So it was like in West Covina, and my office obviously is out here in Rancho Cucamonga. That's typically where I would be at. So I drove out there for the day, so I wasn't late. I wanted to look at the area and, do all that stuff. So I parked probably about 45 minutes to an hour before my appointment up the street, like 5 or 6 houses up, just so that way I had my iPad at the time. So I was just doing other work while I was waiting. Well, I happened to look up and I saw a man walk from, and I knew what house it was because I drove off, the opposite direction. So I knew what home I was going to be going into. So I see this man walk down the driveway and I'm staring at him and he like looks in both directions. And it was just an eerie feeling. Like it was weird. It was a weird vibe. And but again, I just was like, And then it was just the way his demeanor was. So at that time, I worked with an exclusive lender and I called him and I said, hey, do you happen to be in the area? Because I have a scene appointment and I would like you to go with me. And he said, you know what, Sonia, I'm in the office. I think he worked in Upland. And he says, but I'll go. I'll meet you there. So anyhow, he ends up meeting me there and we walk to the front door and I knock on the door and where I'm standing, and he's standing on this side of me. The guy opens the door and I said, hi, I'm here, blah, 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 Mr. Whatever. And he opened his door to allow me in. Then as soon as he saw my lender, who's a male, was a taller guy, and he looked at me and he looked at him and he's like, no, I don't have an appointment with you. I don't know what you're talking about. And he slammed the door. Yeah.
Wow.
So I feel like, honestly, that was like a huge wake-up call for me because, again, I always look at the positive side to everything. But at that moment is when I realized that obviously not everybody has, the right intentions. So it's important to definitely never go alone. And that's why I don't like to show up alone. I think even if it is a husband and wife, you just never know because they could be in on it together. I've seen some crazy stories or actually when I was like 16, I worked at a video store and there was 14-year-olds, all in a robbing scheme. So, and I didn't even think they were together. So, you know what, like I said, you never know who's involved or what people are capable of.
Yeah.
So just, just sure that you always keep your guard up and, make sure you let people know where you are, just in case, but just don't go alone, tag team with someone and there's just so you're not by yourself. And a lot of times people would laugh because Francisco would drive me everywhere, especially when I was pregnant, to all my appointments. He'd wait on the car and they're like, your husband's been in the car for 4 hours. I'm like, he's fine. Seriously, they're like,
what the heck's going on?
yeah. He's like, he'll text me, tell me everything's okay, or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, everything's fine.
Yeah.
But it's important to make sure, you guys have that. So I just wanted to share that with you because I just wanted to, you guys to know, just to be cautious, absolutely be cautious. And she's like, yes, Creed. Yes, yes.
That's weird. Yeah. Dang, something told you then. Something like you had your instincts.
It was just weird. Like I said, if he hadn't walked out, I probably wouldn't have called. But he walked out and I happened to be early. Like I said, it was just all, to me, it was everything happens for a reason. Mm-hmm. So I just took when I that way and trust your gut. Obviously our guts don't lie, all we know. So just important to definitely do that. So me and Eva have a story too, but we'll say that for later. Like I'm telling you, we go on for days with different things.
Yeah, you have a lot of stories, Sonia. Oh my God.
I know.
That's crazy.
What about you,
Catherine?
Honestly, I know I have stories, but I forget. But I know that I've gotten calls randomly, like, "Hey, I saw your picture." Da 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 da. Like, "Oh, you look like so and so." I'm like, "That's good. Do you want to buy a house?" Like, I don't want to. Like, you always get those creepers, and so you kind of just like, yeah. But like, it happens, but it is what it is. Like, and I think that's why as ladies in the industry, we have to really be cautious and definitely any appointments we go to, open houses, we have someone there. And I usually like to take a male lender with me because I feel like the male presence always,
Yes.
it intimidates other males that are weird. So I like that, and I always take precaution with that. And coming from a place of being a mother of girls, I even take it more to the limit with them as well. And they probably can say the same thing, but you just got to be cautious as a woman that you're more vulnerable, and you just really have to be with out there. There's so many creeper stories, but yeah. For me, I know, but I know I have crazy stories. But go ahead, Brenda. What do you got?
I mean, just to add to it, I that's why I created a team, because I hate going by myself just because of that reason. You just never know. You get calls for like I have the listing in Running Springs, and I get random calls for it, and they'll tell me, "Oh, can you meet me there?" I'm like, they're gonna kill me and throw me in the freaking forest, and nobody will ever find me, So I normally take somebody from my team with me, just because I don't like to go by myself for that specific reason too. I get random calls that I'm like, "Ooh, what?" Like, no, I'm good. So yeah, but I don't really have. I mean, I don't really have crazy stories. I mean, the other day when we were showing a house, we went in and I went to go get the key from the lockbox. And there was like a little bunch of little ants on the floor. And I was wearing, I think, a skirt and heels or something. And I was like, and my heels were open toe. And I'm like, oh my God, there's a bunch of ants. So I go to grab the key, and I'm like doing the ant dance or whatever. And I go to the door, and there's more ants by the door. And what's it called? We opened the house, and it already seemed like it was just really dirty. I'm like, oh my God, do we really have to go in this house? So I turned around and looked at my buyers and said, do you guys really want to see this house? Because it looked trashed. And so they're like, yeah, let's look at it. I'm like, all right, whatever. So we go in, we're walking around, and we go into one of the bedrooms, and there's these like bugs just like flying everywhere. Like on the ceiling, they look like little white flies or whatever, right? And they were on the windowsill. And I'm like, Lindsay was with me, and she's like, what are all these little bugs? And the buyer's like, oh my God, they look like little ticks or like what are they called, fleas or whatever. I'm like, what? And so I'm like, I'm gonna wait outside. You guys can tour if you'd like. I'm gonna wait outside. So I go and I wait outside, and I got a call from my lender. And I'm telling him, oh my God, there's so many bugs in this house and this and that. And I'm talking to him, right? And he's like, and I'm like, they're weird. They're these little white bugs. And he was like, oh, they're probably bed bugs. Mind you, this is the day after I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, right? So I'm still like full swollen mouth, right? And I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh, hell no. He's like, you didn't take your bug spray with you? And I'm like, who carries bug spray? Like, what? No. And so I'm like laughing because I know he was joking, but so I have wipes in my car and stuff, and I carry around wet wipes too for like, to clean your hands and your face and stuff because I have kids. And so I gave my clients the Lysol wipes, and then I gave them, regular wipes to wipe down. And then we got to the next house, and I'm like, oh, and by the way, Jason said those were bed bugs when they got out of the car. And then they're like, what? Oh and he was just joking. He was just joking. We don't know bed bugs. But my buyers were like, are you kidding me? And they started doing the dance in the street, and we're at another house, right? And they're dancing in the street. They're like, oh my God, I'm going to strip my clothes off in the street. And my buyers like, oh, and they're like, I carry soap with me too. So they're washing their hands in this next house that was vacant. And they're like, oh my God. And I'm dying laughing, right? And I'm still on the phone with the lender because he was telling me about, it was their specific situation. And so then he's like, yeah, tell them to make sure not to take those bed bugs home. Well, I laughed so hard from that situation. It wasn't bed bugs, thank God. And we made sure not to bring them with us. But when I got home, obviously I wasn't talking or laughing anymore. My jaw hurt so bad because I was laughing so hard. And the next day I'm like, I can't talk to you today because my jaw hurts from freaking laughing so hard from the damn bed bugs yesterday, even though they weren't. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, oh, I've never seen that many bugs in an empty house in my life. It was little tiny bug, and they were all over the concrete everywhere.
Oh, that's
So I
gross.
don't know what they were, but yeah, I'm glad they didn't like that house because
You're making me itchy.
I know. At least
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah, no.
yeah,
I
no.
know.
So he's like, you should create a real. My lender is like, you should create a realtor a toolkit, like a belt, and then put little bug spray, put pepper spray, put
Hand
gloves
sanitizer.
and wipes. And I'm like,
Measuring tape.
oh, okay, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's my story.
No, I do
cool.
have one I forgot about because when you mentioned going into a house, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. It was crazy. On the MLS, the pictures were nice. It was like they kind of flipped this little home, right? And so I was anticipating it being really nice inside, blah blah blah. And mind you, my buyers, we were looking and they were just anxious to see homes. It was a lower price point, so they kind of were just anxious to see any homes like in any area. They just wanted to get into a home. So we went. It was in San Bernardino. So we went, and I open up the door. Everything's fine. And then when I walk in, I'm like, something's up because I start seeing water on the floor. And I'm like, why is there water on the floor? That doesn't make any sense. This is supposed to be a nice home. So we're walking through, and as we're walking through, hi Ruth.
Good morning.
Ruth.
Good morning.
And so as we're walking through though, I start to see dirt and debris on the floor. And I'm like, this does not look like the MLS pictures. What is going on here? So now at this time, I'm like, shoot, I obviously have people with me, but I'm by myself. I don't have a gun or anything. I don't know if there's squatters in here or anything. But then as I walk through, everything, there's dirt. And then I see like condom wrappers. I know, condom wrappers like everywhere. And I'm like, oh, hell. People are that's like some, crazy like spot for them or whatever. So I was like, you guys don't like this house, right? Like, no, yeah. No,
It's already been blessed for you.
Yeah, no.
Oh no, yeah. It was just it was a cute little house, but whoever they were going in and out. One of the windows was broken, so I was like, thank God they weren't there when I got there, but they were going in and out using that for their stuff.
Activities.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Crazy.
I was like, that I could just imagine what happened there, and I was like, let's get out of here. Yeah, it was crazy. So there's oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
So speaking of sex, let's go into co-parenting.
I'm like, what? Let's keep this PG-13, okay?
So co-parenting, is it possible? Do you guys think it's possible? Obviously with the rise, and especially right now during quarantine, are you keeping our kids staying in one home, or are they going to both, during this time? Is it an excuse, or like, what are your guys' takes on, the definition of co-parenting is sharing the duties of parenting, and obviously,
Absolutely.
your children shouldn't be put in the middle, and no negative talk for sure. But is that possible, or is there always one that's better than the other, or what do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
Catherine. I don't know.
My daughter just came in the room, so I had to like answer her question. This is live, y'all, so it happened. So, honestly, I go through this, right? And I've gone through this for the past 3 years. And what I got to say, in the beginning, when we first separated, oh my gosh, that first year it was rough. It was really rough. We were going through the divorce, custody, all that good stuff. And he's a very headstrong individual, let me just say. So I had to put my big girl pants on and fight. So it was a lot of back and forth and turmoil between us, the kids, and there was just a lot they were going through. If anything I could say now is because now we get along. even given the circumstances, he doesn't pay child support. He doesn't, do any of that kind of stuff. But I had to realize in my heart, like, okay, regardless if he doesn't do right, I'm going to do right for my kids. And they still need their father, regardless of how I feel, if he's not helping or anything like that. I have to dig down deep and really just forgive him and say, okay, look, I'm not going to I'll let the courts handle the child support. That's on them now. I'm going to focus on what I can fix, because I can't fix him. I can only fix me. So is it possible to co-parent? I do believe that. I mean, obviously there are some extreme cases of, other parents that they are off the rocker and there's just no way you can actually get along. But I realized with my ex, that being the bigger person and not being mean, even though I was going through a lot and without his help, I was just being the bigger person and being nice to him, changed the circumstances with our kids and with our relationship. So now we get along. Now it works. He spends the week, he gets them on the weekends. Every weekend he gets them. And I think that's a good amount of time for him. Because I don't know, I don't like the whole every other weekend for a dad. I feel like that's very limited. That's like what, 4 days a month? That's really nothing. And I feel like they need their dad more than that. So I'm good with every weekend. He has his time with them and I get my time.
Yeah.
So
It's a win-win.
Everybody, so to me it works. It totally works, but because I had to step back and be the bigger person, regardless if he was gonna do right or not. I can't change him. What things I can't change, I'm not gonna worry about. I'm gonna worry about what I can change, and which is my perspective and how I treat him. So when I to treat him better and nice, even though like things started clicking, and I mean, just the other day he came to my house. He dropped off the girls. He came inside. Okay, and before, I would have never let him inside my house. Never. So he came inside, sat down, and we were talking about our oldest daughter and things that we needed to address with her. And it was nice because all the kids were there and we were all talking, and it just was a good environment for the kids to see that we can get along and that it's possible and that we're not angry and animosity and things like that. So for me, thank God that he's not crazy to where I can't talk to him on that level. So I think, and over the years, obviously time, has healed some of those wounds. So we're not so angry with each other at this point. So it's good. So it is possible if you have another parent that
wants the same, that wants the same and wants to put their children first. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
No, I
Absolutely.
think
Yeah.
because you realize the emotional and mental damage that's done to a child when they see that negative. Just I try to imagine how I would feel had my mom, been saying these negative things about me. I mean, that never happened to me, thankfully, or my dad, how I would feel if, because no matter what, you love, those are your parents and you love them. Mm-hmm. So when you feel like you're almost forced to, you have to decide, do I love my mom more? Do I love my dad more? It's that's a lot of stress for a child. It should be different. They should feel secure. They should have consistent love, so that way they can, grow up and realize that it's okay. Not every parent is going to, stay with their mom and dad. And it's not, obviously we want to try as much as we can, but if the relationship's not working, that's not good to show your kids either, because we think kids aren't smart, and our kids are smarter and see a lot more than we think they do. Absolutely. So you'll be surprised, because once something happens is when you go and have a conversation with them and they're like, I saw that, like, I knew that. And but you don't think, we think we're smart and we're like, not, they're blind to it, and they're not. Even as, as little as 4 or 5 years old, they know, they can feel how we feel. And so I just think it's important to definitely, you know, do the right thing and
Yeah.
and just see how you would feel if someone talked negative about, you know, someone that you loved, how it hurts you. So,
I
but
think,
yeah, I think I see so many, you know, parents, you know, I see a lot of, I mean, obviously, you know, I have stepchildren myself, and it's like, you know, to me, when you decided to be with that person, it's a package. You know, you have to be open
absolutely.
and willing to accept their children,
Yeah.
and there's no, you know, you can't pick and choose type of thing. And I think that that's actually a really good. That's one of the reasons I think that um, that I feel like the way I feel, you know, obviously about Francisco, because he's so great to them, and you wouldn't even know. A lot of people think that he is their dad because
Yeah.
of how he treats them when we go places and stuff like that. They don't know, and so
Right.
that's why I'm saying it's important to have that. If you know, because if obviously if you're going to be in a new relationship and it's not that, you know, they don't accept your children, it's not going to work out.
Never. Never.
Your kids are extremely important. So
Yeah, that's the top priority.
too fast, and then you know, and then they grow up, and then they throw everything in your face. So
Well, yeah, I know it, and I came from a divorced family, so I know the feelings of, you know, because my parents they fought. There was just, it was crazy. One would talk about the other family would talk about the other. So I know that as a child, it makes you so confused, and you don't have any stability, and you feel like torn, you know. So I know
what
that,
you really do.
yeah. And so for me, I knew that I don't want that for my kids.
yeah,
And hence another reason why I stayed so long in that marriage is because I didn't want that for my kids. I didn't want them to, I kept thinking, I don't want them to go through what I went through. So I was like, I'm going to stick this out. I'm going to make this work. So that was my thought process. And at the time, but realizing that like I was just damaging them more because I was not, because our relationship was toxic. So it was, they're not dumb. They see it. So it was, yeah. So I had to, that's why I really started to think about how it's affecting my kids, because I know how it affected me and my siblings, the divorce. And we got into some arguments with family members. I mean, yeah, it was crazy. So I didn't want to do that to them. So I just to make it as peaceful as possible, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Maria. I miss you. She's
know,
my
right?
old rep, and I miss her so much.
so cute.
But yes, as soon as we get out of jail.
Oh my gosh. So we had a special request to take it back a little bit, and so
Yes,
we're gonna
we did.
back just a little bit here. Let's see.
Let's see.
Let's find,
Oh my God. Wow. I used to make them for parties where you go to. I used to like be in one of those little party crew things.
yeah, I know. So, I mean, I'm older than all you guys, so whatever. You guys want to act like you're old, whatever. You guys are not old.
Dude.
But you know what's so funny is we were talking about this, and I mean, yeah, you know, how many flyer parties did we go to? How many times did people, or not even people, but you know, our fellow classmates in school, you know, have like a handful of all these, look at their color flyers, and this is marketing.
Yeah,
Like, you start thinking about it. This is straight up marketing. So how was this marketing funded when we were in high school and barely had jobs? And you're in real estate and you can't afford your marketing. Come on, people, get with it.
Absolutely. I mean, if there's a will, there's a way. I had a friend that he threw those parties, right? So he told me, he's like, man, I would have my mom fund it and I would give her a little portion, and I would keep the rest. But if she gave me like the first, to market it, the flyers, because you got to do the flyers, the venue, the DJs, you got to provide all that, so that costs money. So if she put up that end of it, he'd pay her a little cut, and then he'd keep the rest, because they used to charge for all these too, like $10 a head, and they would get packed out. So I mean, it was worth it. He was like a little entrepreneur, and to this day, he's the same way. So it was always in him to do it. So this is kind of like how it was before. This is how they made their money, people back in the day.
So crazy.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I remember it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of good, innocent fun. It was just
like
have a good time and dance, and Jungle Juice. I don't know if you guys remember that, but yeah. I never drank the Kool-Aid.
Oh my gosh. I can't say any stories. My kids are probably listening.
Yeah.
So, I know my kids. Well, you said you did this. And yeah, no.
Yeah, I know. So we wanted to introduce you guys to our special guest today, Sandra. We're going to bring her on. Sandra, hope you're ready. So we're going to bring her on. Let me get here. Hi, Sandra. How are you?
I'm over here cracking up at all of your Jungle Juice parties.
Where's that? Just see a wheel.
So
it's funny because they used to
make those flyers back then too. Jeez.
It's funny because I remember them making the juice in bathtubs. Like, because they wanted to make so much. They would fill up the bathtub with all this alcohol. And
can you imagine
people just go in and scoop their drink and drink. So we are officially immune to the COVID. Okay?
Yes.
If you drink bathtub jungle juice, you're immune.
Jungle juice.
And it's so crazy because we were doing that underage,
That is so crazy.
Like, there's no way that you guys would ever do that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I can't say the story.
Yeah, no, it's funny because a lot of the parents, not my parents, they would not go there, but a lot of my friends' parents were the ones buying the alcohol and allowing them to have the parties and do that stuff. But like I said, my parents couldn't do that, and I wouldn't do that either for my kids. They know. They're probably like, yeah, right, Mom, not you. No, not me. And there are parents that are like, hey, you know what? But then
My parents used to, my house was the house party. The party house. My parents used to buy ours, and they would say, as long as you give us all your keys, everybody would come in, and it was like Crash Hotel House. Everybody would just lay out their little slumber party bags, and we would my parents would say, as long as nobody's leaving, you guys can party. Because I think they would rather me stay home and not go somewhere and know that I'm safe than to worry about me being gone for however long. And I had brothers, so I think they figured, we've gone through this with an older one. Let's just try something different. So,
well, back then too, we didn't have social media where everyone posted, "Look what I'm doing, where I'm at." So it
we have the call line. Did you guys ever do the call line?
Yeah.
yeah,
that's hilarious.
My house, 7 o'clock.
I know.
We had it. We had the good times for sure.
And I put all my flyers on my wall, like a little collage of them.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I totally remember.
So tell us, Sandra, tell us a little bit about your business.
Keep going. Go ahead.
So obviously, I want to thank you so much because I was a little honored yesterday. Like, wow, she's so sweet. She considered me for this. So anyway, a little backstory.
There was just
owner and founder of Plan My Party LA, and basically what I do is I specialize in custom themed dessert table setups for your parties, and I'm also a balloon stylist. So basically, what happened with the whole COVID thing going on, everything was kind of put on a halt. And I think after the initial shock, I said to myself, my girlfriend, actually, she was having a birthday party for her 4-year-old son, which obviously got canceled. So she decided, I'm going to do a drive-by parade. So I offered to her, I said, hey, you know, let me do the balloon setup for you. I mean, we could all use a pay it forward. Let me do it for you. So she's like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Yeah, let's do it. So I ended up doing that. And then that kind of just sparked the idea like, hey, why don't I just offer this service to everyone? So then I had another girlfriend. I was talking to her because she has a birthday coming up for her son. And she said to me, well, how much would you charge me? So we started talking about that. And then she called me later. Like I told one of my girlfriends that you're doing it. So then it kind of just stemmed from there. And then I just kind of put it out there like, okay, guys, I'm doing the no contact balloon installations right now and the balloon arrangements. And I'm like so booked for the rest of this month. So it's a lot of fun.
That's great.
Yeah. So I completely booked for this weekend, and next weekend is starting to fill up too. So it's exciting. It's fun. So I'm offering pretty much the balloon arrangements that you see. I mean, there's some graduation ones that I just did, and those can be customized to any occasion. So I can specialize them to do, like, say if you're doing a birthday or say Father's Day, whatever the occasion may be, I can customize those. And then the balloon installations can actually be displayed at an entryway or on the garage door, just to kind of go with the whole parade celebrations that everyone's doing right now. So that's pretty much what I have to offer at this point.
That's awesome. No, it's nice because, like I said, with it's neat that everyone has been so inventive with everything that's going on. So they found a way to, to stay positive and to make people smile. I mean, everyone loves balloons for sure, so it's like, it just dresses everything up. So I just think that, being able to do that is awesome. So
it's so much fun. I totally love it. And my clients are like the best. Just the reaction and like the reviews that they'll leave me, and just like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, you totally saved me. And you made that person feel so special today. So it makes it worth it. I love it. It's so much fun.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And so if they need a book with you, they just go to your Instagram?
Yeah. So my Instagram is, as you can see on the screen, you can DM me there and also follow me. I also have a Facebook one, which is Plan My Party LA too. You can hit me up on there, or you can add me to my personal profile, which is Sandra Bracamontes. So I've been kind of just getting hit up from all avenues. So I get hit up on my personal, on my Facebook page, on my Instagram page. I even got an email the other day from like a high school. They wanted to do like balloon columns for like a graduation ceremony. Mm-hmm. So I didn't even know where that source came from. I figured maybe Facebook, they found my email on there. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm going to be I'm trying to get my following up. I'm at like 2,700 people right now. So once I hit 3,000, I'm going to be doing like a free giveaway. So I think I'm going to do one of those arrangements. So I'll probably like next week start advertising it. So if anybody's watching, you can go on there and follow me, and then just look out for what the rules are going to be entered into the giveaway. Mm-hmm. So that'll be like a paying it forward for everyone that's following. So I think like every time I hit like 1,000 people, an extra 1,000 people, then I'll do another giveaway. So
that's awesome.
Work it that way.
Awesome. That's awesome. And
so go follow her.
Yeah, so follow her.
Yeah. So do you go everywhere? Where do you go?
Yeah. So there's a delivery and installation fee. So depending on like the zip code, I either travel to Orange County, LA County, or the IE. So that's pretty much where I stay. So I had somebody hit me up for like, I think it was like closer to Vegas. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't go that far. So if it's too far, I won't do it. But if it's in that there, then I'm willing to go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you
Well,
so much again,
Yeah,
Sandra.
for
Thank
sure.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate you. You're so sweet.
Yeah, and we'll share. We'll continue to share so that way we'll hopefully get you up to your 3,000 followers.
Yeah, totally. And then for all the realtors, I have this idea, like, as you're delivering your keys, why not have like some type of display for them? I'm thinking about getting like the yard signs too, where you could be like, welcome home, or kind of innovate and see what else I can add to the business, That would be something to do, or even just a small arrangement to have in the house to welcome them home.
Yeah.
That would be awesome for the realtor friends.
Right.
No, I think that is great because they always say it's not what you say, it's how you make them feel. So when people feel special, it's a good moment.
Yeah, just make it extra fun, right? So instead of just like the keys, why not do it, make it festive and make it fun? And that's always a good idea. So
Right. Well, good. That's good. Well, thank you. And I mean, you can tell already how much you enjoy doing it. And I think that's one of the things that makes a business succeed is when you do something that you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Then people see that, they want to work with people that enjoy with what they do.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, thank you again for being on here. We appreciate it. And, good luck in everything that you do. And we'll definitely keep you in mind. And I'm following you already, but have everybody follow you as well.
Okay, I would appreciate that. Thank you guys so much.
Okay, thank you. And I know you have a busy weekend, so enjoy your weekend.
The same, guys. Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so I think that's a good idea. So just
especially for the drive-by birthdays and like all the graduations, like the poor grads from 2020, they don't get to do anything. Well, I mean, they do, but it's not the same.
Did they even get to do prom?
Oh, you know what?
No.
Oh,
I know. I know what you're thinking, Catherine. No, they didn't get to do prom. But you know what? I told Francisco this morning because he was like, "Did they get to do prom?" I go, "No." So these mothers don't have to worry about their daughters losing their virginity on prom night. Too late. So I just thought it was funny because that's what people used to say when I was in high school. Like that was supposedly the night, So I just thought that was funny. But anyways,
there was nothing going on in my prom. My mom was like,
not my prom
right now, right after. I'm picking your ass up. No, you cannot stay at that hotel. No, you cannot go with your friends. Yeah, it wasn't happening.
No, you're not going to the beach. Because everybody wanted to go to the beach.
I'm totally glad she did that, though. I really am. Like, yeah, she was pretty strict with me. So.
Hi, Alicia. Hi. So we have actually come to the end of our show. Wah, wah. But we wanted to actually say happy birthday to Brenda.
Oh yeah, happy birthday
and Gloria.
Thanks.
Do we have a birthday song? Can we sing it? Happy birthday?
Okay, I know this song.
Like, come on.
Funny. I can't see what's on the screen. I think so good.
Like if someone was to ask you like, what do you want for your birthday? What would you say?
If somebody was to ask me what I want for my birthday,
yep.
I just want all my family and friends in one spot.
Aww.
Like,
yeah. You're welcome, Sandra.
That's pretty much it. Like I love like hosting parties and like having gatherings and just mingling with people or even just being social. I think that's to me, it's like I don't need anything materialistic, but to me that's it.
That's for me the same thing. I like my birthday strawberry pie.
Oh, I do want a
gathering.
strawberry pie from Marie Callender's.
And a gathering with friends and family. That would be like my ult. I love like that atmosphere of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing
Strawberry
really.
pie, huh? I never even had that, I don't think.
Oh my God. You've never had strawberry pie
Me neither,
at
actually.
all, or just from Marie Callender's?
At all, ever.
At all.
Oh my God.
Okay. If you go to Stater Brothers, they have them, but it's not the same. They're
No. No.
It's
No.
just like processed so much. But Marie Callender's,
I think it's like the crust or something, or the glaze they use. I don't know, but it's good.
yeah, it's one of their most expensive pies. Yeah.
What is there? Yeah, it is, because they use fresh strawberries.
Yeah. And everybody, like a lot of the people I know too, they're like, strawberry pie? Like, what about like lemon meringue or like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, I like lemon meringue and I like all that. I don't really like pies though.
Yeah. Anything with
Yeah,
fresh
yeah,
fruit,
yeah.
I'm all for it.
But, well,
Girl,
Yeah.
okay, there's got to be something. Do you like jewelry? Do you like,
I mean, I like everything. I don't dislike things. I feel like I don't really need anything. I mean, we're women. We always like things and we always have extra of everything. I wouldn't say I don't like jewelry or I don't like purses or whatever. Like, I like everything, but I'm not saying like, oh, I need a purse, or I really don't. I'm in this mode right now of like,
nobody needs anything. It's what you want.
no, I honestly just want to go somewhere. I don't want to like, I want to get out of my house and go somewhere that's like, that I feel like I got away. Like, I canceled our vacations for the next like 6 months, or the last 6 months and the next 3 months. So it's kind of, like, I just want to go somewhere and just, even if it's for the day, just that's it. I mean, nothing crazy, but I know we can't. So
I think Glen Ivy's supposed to open up soon.
Really?
I got to email I got to look it up, but I'll let you guys know. But yeah, Glen Ivy's supposed to open up soon.
I do have a gift card that I got for Christmas.
What is?
Glen Ivy.
What is supposed to open up? I didn't hear you.
Glen Ivy.
Oh, Glen Ivy. Oh, wow.
That would be a nice like girls thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do have a gift card to the Mission Inn Spa. That's what I've been waiting for it to open. I heard that one's really nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Okay. Well, we hope that you enjoy your birthday and you get something that you don't need but want.
I need hugs. I need human interaction.
Virtual hugs.
No, I don't want virtual hugs.
No, I want the real deal.
Yeah, I know.
No, I want humans.
I hear you.
But no, nothing particular.
Yeah.
Surprise me. That's what I say. Surprise me.
Yes.
Oh, I love surprise. I think it's a girl thing. Yeah. Do you guys all love surprises?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Let me know, like, wow, you put some thought into it.
Yeah.
I'm all good with that. So
nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we are up. So I just wanted to say bye to everybody. Have a great Wednesday, beautiful day, and rest of the week. The weather's supposed to get better and no more gloomy weather, hopefully. So
Memorial weekend.
Oh, that's
good. Plans. What are you guys doing?
We don't know yet.
Real quick.
But when is it?
Or is it?
It's this weekend, I think.
It's this weekend.
It's Monday.
Oh, it's this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, no plans. None. Nah.
I really wish I had some razors and a camper, and I would go to like, I don't know, Pismo Beach or something and ride them and chill my camper for like 2-3 days and then come back home. I wish I had that. You guys can give me that.
Arizona's open, guys.
What?
Arizona is open.
Oh. Good idea.
Yeah, you probably have to rent Airbnb and stay out there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll talk. Let's talk. Those overseas.
Bye, Patsy. We miss
Bye,
you.
you guys. So we got to get our rest of our day started.
I need some
Oh,
coffee.
that's one of my favorite songs.
Look at me and Brenda.
I don't have any coffee. Like, I need some coffee.
I told you, you don't trust me.
Hold on, I'm putting it in mine.
We're done already. Bye, Alicia. You guys have a good afternoon. We'll see you guys same time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.